Hey y'all, it's your captain for all things creative coming at you with Married at First Sight, Chicago. I believe it's episode 12 through 14. And we were waiting for the perfect time to talk about these people. So let's get into this episode. And if you're new to this channel, please like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. And if you are returning, thank you for rocking with us. Now let's talk about who annoyed me the most. And of course, we have to end with Michelle, David, Madison, and Alan. So everybody's going to go in between. So Akechi and MM. Shout out to MM for just being a queen and trying her best to do the process. I definitely wish that MM wasn't so eager about Akechi, especially volunteering to go meet his family rather, when he clearly didn't invite her to go back home with him. But at the end of the day, she held her own, and Akechi was playing games. The fact that, he would say one thing to the experts and do nothing to her was very annoying. And he tried to embarrass her so much that it was poetic justice when he ended up embarrassing himself with that divorce paper. And I'm glad that Emma made him look like the uneducated, just silly person that he really is, because no matter what books or poetry or whatever he writes about, he is uneducated about his own self, and he is not trying to learn. He's not trying to be a better person. You need to learn about yourself. You need to learn about your flaws and what you can do to grow. And Akechi is not doing any of that. And that divorce paper that he brought was just the icing on the cake for everyone to see that he's about stunts and shows. He was not trying to go to any depths or to any distance in anything that he did with MM. That's why he couldn't even bother to print all 4 pages of the document. So to him, we say bye-bye. Please do not come back on our screen. Carla and Juan, they just look like they're vibing. They look like they're friends. I kind of suspect that they do substances together. They're looking like Cheech and Chong sometimes to me, because they be eating very good food and they always very chill. Their eyelids be low. Juan always joking, Carla always laughing. So their marriage is going nowhere, but their friendship is fun to watch. And I would not forgive that tantric yoga lady for coming up in their house with the lingerie and the no underwear. Whew, she could not be rolling around like that in front of me and my people without being asked to leave expeditiously. So the two handled it well. And I think, especially at their retreat, they look like they had the most fun. Camille and Thomas, of course, they're the best couple. Camille just needs to continue to take charge and plan things, because Thomas seems happy letting her take the lead. He definitely seems like the type of guy who lives by the motto, happy wife, happy life. But who's not having a happy time is our alleged wife swap couple, Madison and Alan, and David and Michelle. Now, this whole drama has been so infuriating to watch. Started with Madison and Alan. Madison really is manipulative, and I really hate how, even in front of the experts, when Alan tries to tell the truth or tell his feelings, she will constantly try to steer him away from telling any kind of truth or saying anything that could help him heal or help the both of them really deal with their issues. Because even when Alan was telling the truth about her constantly going out and staying out past 2 and 3 a.m. on multiple nights a week, she tried to censor him, like, is that true? She's basically gaslighting him and rewriting the narrative the way she wants it to seem, even though their relationship is not going anywhere because of her. And Alan was just letting her steer their ship to nowhere, and it was so infuriating. And I don't like the word, but Alan was giving simp for Madison, and I'm glad that Michelle put her thinking cap on and loaned it to Alan during the retreat for him to finally see Madison for her works and be like, don't you think that, Madison and David text a lot, they go to the gym all the time, they both coming in late, put two and two together. And poor Alan, he did not want to see it, but I'm glad that he finally did it. When he did, ooh, that was a very, very sad scene. But when he told our friend David, F you and F her too, I could not even blame him. And when he was on the beach, he was really about to go off it. And and Juancho had to stop him because he was like, I just spent $3,000 on that witch. And that took me out. But he needed to get that off his chest because really Madison was doing him dirty. And I'm so mad that Raggedy Madison and David make me stand for Michelle. Michelle has been so mean, so evil, so nasty, and so rude all season. But our girl put her thinking cap on. She did not get her foot up off of David's neck. She didn't get her foot off of Madison's neck. And for that, I had to stand. Michelle, you are the MVP of this season now. Oh, the way you were picking up all the clues. It was like Blue's Clues to the 10th power. And I'm so proud of Michelle for getting them to admit that they're liars. She was totally right about everything from, Madison's underwhelming response to being accused of, inappropriately texting with David. Both of them deleting all the messages, between them. And then Carla's story about, Madison basically ditching Alan and acting like they were going to have a girls' night. And then David showing up that same night when the text message was sent. Everything points out to some nasty work that was done by Madison and David. And then David covered up with the most stupidest lie, talking about he was texting his cousin about a food picture that looked so delicious that he texted back about the food that, you look so fine. You so fine. I want to eat you up. Nobody says that about food. And nobody would say that to their cousin. David tried to lie about both, sounded stupid, and the cousin didn't even stick up for him. That's how you know that you're so wrong. Your family doesn't even want to rock with you. And then, even though Michelle probably thought all those negative things about David, before, now she has every right and every reason to just say it out loud. So at the end of the episode, she read him for filth with her chest, talking about how he's a child. He don't have no integrity. He couldn't even, do right by himself or by his friend Alan. It was all true. So even though Michelle probably didn't see it for David from the beginning, no matter what he did, now she has every right to roast him. And I'm so mad at David for giving her all the ammo she needed to just make him the villain with Madison. So them two are Mr. and Mrs. Nasty Work. From the lying to the bad cover-up stories to the way they hurt Alan so badly. Like, Alan's the one I feel the most sorry for. Because, honestly, Michelle was not hurt. I think her ego was hurt. But she got her lick back with her investigations and her beautiful interrogation sessions. So, shout out to her. But at the end of the day, Alan's the only one I feel sorry for. Say how you feel about the episodes this season. I'll give it to, the editors. They really did a great episode. It was very entertaining. The couples retreat, one of the best couples retreats in the history of Married at First Sight. But I do hope that the experts really, help Alan and help everybody unpack all this. And I do hope that somebody finds love besides Camila and Thomas. So I don't mind if it's Alan that runs to, Michelle for comfort to get closer or whatever, because it's supposed to be a swap. So we'll see. I guess the hug between and Alan that made me think that was part of the couple swap was just a comfort hug. But remember, you're the master of your fate and the captain of your soul.